Yeah, I should be all set. It's just I'm using my phone to record this,
Okay.
which
This
I
is going
tested
to be
it.
fun.
Yeah, I tested it earlier and it works really well. It's just I don't know how good the quality is going to translate when I actually get it to my desktop.
Yeah. We'll see. This one will be, This will be a test,
Yeah,
basically.
an unfortunately necessary one. Are you at time.is?
Yes.
Okay. Let's do it at 6:47. That gives us plenty of time.
Yeah. What do we talk about for 20 seconds? God, I don't even know.
I think we don't have to because that time's already passed.
Sync.
See, that works.
Was I
pretty well.
very early?
No, you got it.
Sorry?
You're good. We're good.
Okay, I think you come to me on like a little bit of a lag. So if it sounds good on yours, that's great. But
I think it'll work out fine. But do you want to do yours as well anyway?
yes. 1,
2.
3. Cool. I was having some real weird syncing stuff, with the last DVD extras.
Yeah.
Good to know that we got the syncing down on the last episode, and then literally nothing else. I believe you were you talking and I interrupted you?
No.
Great. Perfect.
You interrupted me before I started talking.
Perfect.
Which is, I think, the opportune moment to do it.
It seems like that's how I usually do it.
I don't remember what it was I was talking about, though.
Okay. I think I had mentioned that Lion King 1.5, we got the syncing right and then everything else wrong. In fact, double checking. Yes, I am recording with the right microphone.
Okay. And like, not only did your audio came out way, way quiet, like way too quiet, and I tried boosting it, and I tried boosting the audio, and what ended up happening is your voice would come out crystal clear, and then you would just hear like a million bees buzzing, and
The reason I stopped using... Can you hear me okay? Because I just moved my microphone back.
Yeah, you're good,
okay.
You're good.
The reason I stopped using my in-laptop microphone was because this is when we were doing those D&D sessions, and we would be playing for like 8 to 10 hours. Everybody started complaining about like helicopter noises from my computer, and it was just my fan because the computer was getting so hot from being run for so long. So that might be what you heard with the thousands of bees.
Yeah, it might very well be.
I don't just hang out with thousands of bees. I don't know if you know that about me.
All right, well, I'm glad because bees are terrifying. And so the other bigger thing, I think the bigger problem was that my audio had somehow double back recorded your audio as well, but really, 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 really quietly.
Oh, okay.
But still loud enough that when I synced up the audio files, I would talk, then you would talk.
I actually got some of that on the DVD extras one. It was like a weird, very quiet feedback. And I think I managed to mostly either get rid of it or sync up the audio so that, if my voice was talking over my own voice, nobody noticed,
Yeah, it was just a mess, and I feel really bad about it. Like I went through about half of it, and I couldn't scrub my audio, and I also couldn't boost yours.
Ah, that sucks.
So,
I can't believe we fucked up so righteously.
And you hear, it was bound to happen eventually, I think.
Oh, sure.
So I'm glad that it all happened at once, as opposed to it being like a small mistake here and then a small mistake there, because it all happening at once kind of, I don't know, like, I kind of breathed a sigh of relief, like, well, if it all happened at once, I can throw it out, as opposed to if only one thing went wrong, then I would grit my teeth and fix it, like I did with the desync in the other episode.
Yeah, that was fun. So what's this episode gonna be, Andy?
Well,
Tell me.
I have a couple of things that I want to talk about.
Okay.
The big thing that I want to talk about right now is, I got to see Star Wars Rogue One. Or, sorry,
oh,
no.
Yeah.
No, that's not it. I got to see Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. That's the title.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay. So it's sort of like the way that sounds... Okay, I'm gonna take a moment. Well, I'm gonna take a moment here and stop saying like.
Take that small moment.
That makes it sound like it could be a standalone story. Even though it's kind of not, it does fit very well into the other stories. Although I guess you never see these protagonists again, so there's that. Should we say spoilers for Rogue One here?
I'm going to.
Okay.
Spoilers for Rogue One. Have you seen it?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, wow, great.
Here's what I think, because I'm sure you have a lot of big opinions, and this is just my one thing that I took away from it. It felt like a Firefly movie.
I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Oh, have you not seen Firefly or Serenity?
I saw Serenity, and I got 8 episodes into Firefly before giving up because I didn't like it.
Okay, that is weird, but it has that theme of... Although you started with Serenity, so you might not have... You might not have been starting... Well, that's not the point. That movie and the show has that theme of having an empire, like in Star Wars, but the empire is so much stronger that the heroes never have a chance of beating them. And that's what Rogue One felt like to me.
Yeah. Well, I guess I can see where you're going with that. My big... Because I really... I mean, I guess I should ask this first, because I liked the movie. Did you like the movie?
Yes, I thought it was good. It was darker than a Star Wars movie usually is, but I liked it.
My big kind of takeaway from the movie, which I posted this on Twitter, was it's a great movie with a really diverse cast. It's a fantastic action movie. It's just not a Star Wars movie.
Yeah, well, like I said, I feel like it's a Firefly movie that just happens to take place in Star Wars.
In Star Wars, yeah. And I think that's fine. I don't want every this is going to sound weird, but I don't want every Star Wars movie to feel like Star Wars.
I want the new trilogy is coming out. I want that to feel like Star Wars. Everything else, yeah, I feel like they're allowed to play any kind of... I was about to make a sports metaphor and I just threw it all away right there. But they can do whatever they want with it. It's a sandbox. They don't need to make, like, the happy episode, the sad episode, and then the resolving episode, like you do.
I was really worried that with this Star Wars, going into this movie, that they were going to just stick to this I want to call it like kind of a serial fantasy formula that Star Wars is known for.
Sure. Yeah, like almost an old radio show type.
Yeah,
type thing.
Which is what George Lucas was going for, and I think the new episode 7 really stuck that well.
I think it did it very well.
And to an extent, I think even the prequel movies do that very well. To the extent that they can do that well. I don't want this to like be a talk about the prequel movies.
Yeah.
But
okay, yeah.
But even the prequel movies feel like Star Wars,
even if they're bad Star Wars. There's no getting away from that.
And yeah, and one thing that I really liked about Rogue One is from the beginning of Rogue One, it establishes this isn't a Star Wars movie. This is a movie set in the Star Wars universe, but it's very much its own narrative structure.
When Luke's aunt and uncle die, that happens off screen.
Yeah.
And it's important that happens off screen because you can't set the tone of the movie that dark that quick.
Yeah.
And when... I can't remember her name now. And when Jin's parents die, she watches it happen. Which is setting the tone of that movie that dark that quick. You know?
Yeah, and not only that, but the movie really quickly, from there, kind of transitions to this establishing shot of her being in prison. And I think right then and there, you're kind of realizing, like, this isn't a hero's journey. This is a character who has an established pathos, and we're just going to watch her reestablish that for us with this kind of heist ensemble of characters. It's a heist movie.
Do you know why I thought I wasn't going to like this movie?
Why?
It's because in the trailer, and they must have cut this out because it was the most ridiculous setup line ever. In the trailer,
yeah,
like Mon Martha was talking about how Jin had all these flaws and how, she lashed out for no reason, and Jin said something like, well, you guys are rebels, right? I'm rebelling. And it's like, Jesus Christ, that's the worst. And it's not in that movie. That line's not in that movie.
Oh, that's amazing. I didn't watch a single trailer for this movie.
You should watch the, probably like the first release trailer, because it's not very good.
I watched the initial teaser. Well, I watched the initial teaser, and the initial teaser was just like her in the, I forget what it was. It was her, and then it was a shot of one of the AT-ATs, and then it was just Rogue One. And this teaser was dropped like so long ago that at the time I had no idea what the movie was going to be about at all. I think they hadn't yet confirmed that it was taking place before
Episode 4?
Yeah, before Episode 4.
I'll also say this about it.
Or at least if they did, I didn't know about it.
I'll also say this about it. I thought that Rogue One had one of the in-universe pacing problems that I think you had a problem with Lion King 1.5 is gonna get, because we haven't talked about that yet. Where basically everything happens so quickly at the end of that movie to set up the fourth movie that it feels like no time has passed.
Yeah.
Even though it also feels like time should have passed, like a little, you know?
Yeah, the lead up to, especially from, and I guess I had two main issues with this movie, and this is one of them, and it's that the beginning of this movie, you jump from planet to planet so quickly, and then you go and revisit all of those planets almost in succession, so it works really well, but it kind of sets up a timeline in your head of these are events that are taking place like days after each other, at least, for travel. And then the climax of the movie, it's like a good maybe quarter of the movie all takes place in a single day.
Okay, but
and that's where that feeling of it feels like no time has passed, because on this planet that they are on, it's still the same time that they arrived on the planet. But so much has happened, and in earlier parts of the film, when something would happen, they would move on, and you would get this understanding of they've had time to process.
Well, but
all
I think
of
that
this
was one of the
on.
important parts of the climax, that everything was so much was happening at once that you could sort of, once again, spoilers.
Yeah,
every character dies in this movie, and
they die very much.
I did not go in aware of that. I went to see it with my siblings. A lot of them went in aware of it, went in knowing that. But I did not go in fully aware of that. But I could see it happening before it did. I could see that they were all being overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And, this guy's gonna die. Now this guy's gonna die. And then this guy's gonna die, you know?
This movie felt a lot to me like the video game Halo Reach. And because Halo Reach is a prequel to a well-established trilogy, the Halo trilogy.
Well, I guess it's at least 4 now.
Well, it's not anymore. Now it's up to 5, actually. The 6th one's coming out soon. So it's almost of Star Wars length. But at the time, it was just a trilogy, and they released Halo Reach, and Halo Reach was a prequel, and it took place on the home planet of these super soldiers, and the whole game is you and this team of characters that you get to meet over the course of the game, trying to save this planet. And if you ahead of time know the backstory for Master Chief's introduction in Halo 1, you know that the way that this game has to end is all of these people have to die, and this planet gets glassed, which basically just means destroyed.
That's also something that seems to happen in all the Halo games, right? Everyone around Master Chief dies. It seems like the most dangerous place in the universe to be is standing next to the big hero.
Well, I think that's always true, no matter what universe you're in, because if you're not the hero, if you're just standing next to him, you're banned for fodder.
2/3 of the time, Andy. I can be comic relief guy.
That's a good point. 2/3 of the time is not good enough for me, though. I need a little bit more. Like, don't get me wrong, I will take those odds over, definitely death, which is what I would be if I were just background minority character B. So I played Halo 3 first, not knowing any of the backstory for the previous games. When I got to Halo Reach, I knew it was a prequel, but I didn't really understand the context of the setting.
Mhm.
So a lot of the decisions that are made by the characters and the impacts that those decisions make hit me a lot harder as a person who just kind of assumed that these hero characters would, like Master Chief, make it through. And my mom, who was with me and came to watch this movie, kind of had the same feeling when she realized after the first of the main characters died, which I believe was K2.
I was gonna say, though, I was not certain then that everybody was gonna die. Because I thought, well, you can kill a droid. I
would agree with you if not for the fact that the two droids are the only characters that make it through the whole original 6 movies almost unscathed.
That's true. Also, was it K2 you said?
Yeah.
He is the comedy relief character, and if you kill the comedy relief character, something terrible is about to happen.
Exactly. So
that's true since before Shakespeare.
once K2 died, that's kind of when I was realizing, oh, there's no way any of these characters are going to make it out of this alive.
Mm-hmm.
And then, because in order of death, every subsequent person that dies, you realize, like, you more and more, you're just like, these characters were on a suicide mission from the beginning.
Yeah.
And they knew that. It's just I, as a viewer, didn't want to believe it, because I did like all of those characters.
You know, I didn't like very much the main, not Jin, but the like hero pilot guy.
Yeah, Cassian.
Yeah, and the reason I didn't like him was because in that first scene with him, he shoots his contact, and it's not clear to me if he thought his contact was betraying him, or if he figured, oh, this is a mercy killing since he can't get out of here, or if he thought he's gonna betray me if he gets captured. He just kills him, and we don't ever get resolution on that, and then he leaves.
I agree with you that so the funny thing is I know that I recognize that actor specifically. His name is Diego Luna. He's a Hispanic actor. He's actually a comedian.
Okay, he did not get a funny role in this movie.
No, he did not. And watching him do that, like, that to me was a shock. I was like, whoa, holy shit. Like, but I think this movie doesn't want you to trust him. This movie wants you to look at him and go, this guy might not be a hero.
Yeah.
This guy might not be the best person in the galaxy. And it isn't until about halfway through the movie that he earns his, I guess, hero-ness.
Yeah. But even then, he's still not like the lovable scoundrel. He's just a guy who's not that good at being a hero.
And I think
I'll say that he's not a typical Star Wars character, which is sort of the point of all of these characters. I also liked, and I can't remember anybody's names, I liked, Andy told me he was basically Rafiki, the Tibetan monk character.
Yeah,
who was like a proto-Jedi, almost.
Yeah.
He was really interesting. I like the idea of, and this is something that's weirdly not really looked into in the main movies, I like the idea of the Force as a religion.
Yeah. Something that always bothered me about the prequels is this use of the Jedi as a police force. Because you get the idea from the original trilogy that, like, when Darth Vader brings up the Force, that it's referred to as a hokey religion. You get this idea that it's like, no, this is a thing that, like, normal people talk about and pray to.
Yeah. And that's what it felt more like in Rogue One.
This movie. And yeah, just I gotta give props to this movie for doing to Star Wars what Guardians of the Galaxy did to the Marvel Universe, I think.
Okay, you're gonna have to elaborate, because those are very different movies.
Well, because Guardians of the Galaxy...
Guardians of the Galaxy, I'll say this, could be a Star Wars movie. Like, pretty easily, actually.
Mm.
Where they're up against somebody bigger than them, but they fucking pull through anyway.
Yeah. So the big thing to me is Guardians of the Galaxy introduces you to this cast, this cast of characters who are, for all intents and purposes, good people, but also people. They're not heroes. They're just people who are willing to do whatever it is they think is the right thing to do.
It's a team of Han Solos.
Yeah, and as much as I like Guardians of the Galaxy, my biggest beef with Guardians of the Galaxy is how, even though you have this like diverse cast of characters, they're all the jokey, likable person.
Yeah, they're all the same character, and that's... Yeah, I can understand how that would be almost grating, because that's not usually how you build a team.
Yeah.
And I think they kind of made it work. I think it works for that movie. I assume it works for the next movie. But yeah, it's a little bit questionable to once again have all Han Solos, except for Groot.
Yeah.
Who's just
Chewbacca.
Basically Chewbacca. Exactly.
And Rogue One manages to get this, like, this cast of people who while not likable are people you want to root for.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause even like K2, as comic reliefy as he is a very grating personality.
I just suddenly remembered that moment where the other droid dies, and he looks at Jin and says, "Did you know that wasn't me?"
Yeah, and by the way, speaking of Firefly, K2's voiced by Alan Tudyk.
Yes.
So
yeah, we talked about that last time. I walked into that movie going, well, guess I'll see Alan Tudyk. And... Did you hear... Oh, I think it was him talking about... Did you see, like, any of the stuff he said about... I think he was talking to the actor who played C-3PO?
No.
Yeah, apparently he talked about this in an interview. He said, they were talking about both playing droids, and he says, "Do you have to wear a suit?" He said, "No, they're doing motion capture." And he said something like, "You son of a bitch." Because C-3PO's in that movie, he had to put on the damn suit again.
Yeah, he had to, oh my god, and that guy is so old now.
They were apparently at the release together, and he said, I would love for you to just give me your tips and impressions, and he said, well, you're still a son of a bitch or something. Like, he was so like ornery about him not having to wear an awful suit the whole time.
I'm trying to find this.
Yeah, I don't even remember where I saw it, but I think it was on, I don't know, like the Jimmy Fallon show or something. Like, he was on a late-night talk show talking about this.
I think I found it. Okay, I want to watch this later. That sounds amazing. And there is... and I also have to say congrats to Alan Tudyk for being in 2 really amazing sci-fi franchises and also having 2 of the saddest sci-fi deaths.
Yeah, fucking seriously. He can take a death.
Yeah, and like I don't want to talk about Wash's death in Serenity because as much as I love it for how well it is shot, I cannot speak to how it emotionally affected fans because I'm not a fan of Firefly.
It fucking hurts.
I bet.
One time in like a tweet, I just remember for some reason that this really hurt me. Somebody tweeted Nathan Fillion and said, "We're on a dangerous planet surrounded by enemies. What do we do?" And he said, "Sacrifice Pilot." Yeah.
Oh man.
Ugh.
And I especially can't say that because K2's death in Rogue One isn't that it's emotionally jarring. It's just it's the first major death in the film, and it's the death that makes you realize how hopeless the cause is.
Right, you come from that knowing that it's the first death of many. I also like how they got around, because we know that the first time the Death Star is shot is at Alderaan. I like how they got around that by using a smaller laser that's still big enough to kill anybody.
One reactor.
That'll destroy an entire city, which, by the way, is more than good enough for me.
Yeah, I Okay, so I'm gonna now. This is the moment I think where I can bring up the only other problem I had with this movie, which is one of the one of the secondary characters in this film who is featured prominently is Grand Moff Tarkin.
Okay.
Who is he's in the original trilogy.
Guy.
He's in he's the Nazi guy. He has Darth Vader on a leash, and he's in this movie. And I don't know if him being in this movie weirded you out as much as it weirded me out.
I knew he was going to be in that movie. Yeah,
really?
Don't know why, but I think I had read something about the sort of I don't know exactly what they call it, but honestly don't know what they call it when they take an actor and digitally put a different face on him for a movie. I think it might be too new a technology to talk about.
It's been the first time I saw it done was it's been done a lot. Like it's done in the original Jurassic Park, but
why?
Because one of these stunt doubles in the movie accidentally looked directly at the camera in a shot.
Okay.
And instead of reshooting it, they just they kind of imposed the child actress's face over the shot. And it works pretty well because it's only like 2 seconds.
That's in motion. That's falling. You just has to look okay for that second. But this was him walking around, and
he was he had whole scenes and close-ups.
He looked more stiff than I think a regular human person would look, but he looked good.
I didn't like it at all. I was like, my brain violently like rejected it.
It was like Uncanny Valley?
Yeah, no, for me it was like maximum Uncanny Valley. Like I could see like every facet of animation that went into putting this now deceased actor's face onto this new actor. And it really bothered me. And I think it wasn't until the second shot of him in that first scene that he shows up that I was kind of able to just kind of realize, he's going to be in this movie a lot more than just this one scene. He has a
big role in that movie. It's not just a cameo. He fucking oh my god, Darth Vader.
Darth Vader is so good in this.
That his pun was a double pun? Don't choke on your aspirations? What a piece of shit.
Yep.
I was so mad. I was like, what the hell have they done to Darth Vader?
No, because the reason I loved this is because there's a line, and I forget which movie it's in, but there's a line that like Darth Vader has a flair for the dramatic,
okay,
or something, or you've always had a flair for the dramatic. There's a line about Darth Vader being a fucking drama queen. Darth Vader is a fucking
drama queen. That doesn't mean that he'll just make dad jokes at you as he's choking you.
Oh, come on, he is a dad, but B, like his introduction to that. His introduction in the movie is he's kind of like in this weird baby tube.
That's supposed to be sort of a callback to the chamber.
The chamber. It's the chamber in Empire Strikes Back, I believe.
But I couldn't swear. It might have been on the Death Star that happened.
Yeah. It's a callback to that, but seeing him walk out of like this massive door that has no reason being that big opens up to like this bright white room as smoke pours out of it, and I'm just like, this fucking guy had this door.
He absolutely would do that. It's literally the pun that stopped me. That I was like, I don't know, man.
The pun sealed the deal for me.
Well, in the original movies, he would choke people when he was seriously pissed. And generally, unless somebody said, Vader, stop killing that guy, they would just be dead. But they couldn't kill this character because it wasn't his time to be dead, and they didn't have somebody to stop Vader, so instead he made a joke.
I think it really works because it like this isn't just anybody. This is a person who has worked their way really high up on the Empire's
but
bracket.
To Vader, that's still just anybody.
Well, but even then, like Darth Vader, I would think would know more than anyone, being Sidious's right hand man. Like, God damn it! Thank you, thanks. He would know better than anyone. Like your way of approaching this problem and your way of approaching me is like so disrespectful that I'm going to put you back in your place the only way I, Darth Vader, know how, by force choking you and then telling you a pun. Man. I loved Darth Vader in this movie. Like, A, Darth Vader in this movie is great, but B, this has to have one of the scariest.
Oh, at the end?
Yeah, one of the most terrifying, like, Darth Vader being Darth Vader scenes in all of the movies.
That's one of the bits that really, I thought, made it feel like a Firefly or Serenity movie, because everybody you cared about was dead, and there's still people just dying.
And there's something about the fact that, like, you reach a point in this movie where every main character in this film has passed away. And the movie keeps going because the movie knows, like, the movie has introduced one final, like, MacGuffin. And it's the MacGuffin that they've been chasing this whole movie. And the movie knows, like, yo, like, we need to keep following this thing because this is the crux of the plot. And you need to know that what this thing is gets into the hand of the person who you know receives it.
How'd you feel about Leia, by the way? She was barely in there, so it's probably easier to deal with.
Actually, it was harder to deal with, if only because Carrie Fisher had just passed away when I watched the movie.
Oh no, I watched it just before she passed away.
Yeah.
And then hearing that she passed away actually fucking hurt more than a lot of
yeah.
A lot of actors had been. I mean, so many people have died last year. But a lot of I usually get tired. If I hear somebody died and I admired them, I feel tired.
Yeah.
And for some reason, that was the first one in a while that made me sad.
Yeah, I she had just passed away, and I didn't know she was going to be in this movie. I assumed when they handed it to her that she was just gonna stay facing away from the camera. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh yeah, that's a really good way of doing it. And then she turns around and I'm just like, oh fuck, god fucking damn it, fuck, god damn it. And like, I wasn't emotionally prepared. So for her, it wasn't so much violently rejecting the CGI as it was just, I just got over the fact that this person passed away. And it kind of just all had to hit me at once at the very end of this film. But that one more thing to point out though, in that scene where Darth Vader is just killing all these mooks, like mowing them down left and right.
Those poor mooks. None of them survive.
They were all like one thing. So if John Wick has taught me anything, it's that the best way to let the audience know that a character is genuinely terrifying is to have the people interacting with that character be genuinely terrified. That's the only reason Darth Vader is so intimidating in the original trilogy is because everybody who interacts with him with a modicum of respect based out of fear. You know what?
That's interesting, and I'm gonna say why it's interesting for a couple reasons. One, when we watched Peter Pan, Captain Hook was killing off his own men, and that showed how brutal he was. But nobody who talked to him was actually scared of him. And so I never felt that he was a decent villain. And two, to bring up Princess Leia again, she is the only character who is pretty much... There's that moment when he tortures her, but other than that, she does not act afraid of Vader. You kind of feel like she is, but she's got that whole,
She's willing to stand up to him, which... But even that, like having a character who is good fighting through that fear is still like it's still a way of, especially if it's a good actor and she pulls it off, like you can still see how intimidating this character is without this character having really done much.
Yes. And it does help that it is heavily implied that he just walked through a lot of bodies. Although no, in the scene in that movie, he hasn't. All his troopers killed him.
Yeah, the stormtroopers had killed them, and he only kills one guy when he's pressing him for information.
Sorry, I've been interrupting.
And no, it's cool. And I do want to go back, and I have now this fan fiction in my head that guy that he tortures is the guy that he sees get handed the card.
I don't think that is fan fiction. The captain is the named guy. The captain had the card. The captain is the one who owns C-3PO, which is why C-3PO is like, oh, we have to go back. We were owned by this captain, I think, if I'm remembering right. And then R2's like, no, we have this mission. And 3PO's like, we don't have a mission. What are you talking about?
So, just after Darth Vader fails to get the plans of the Death Star back, the ship escapes. I say that with air quotes. I don't know if you can hear them, but
because we know that he catches up to the ship in not very long, it seems like.
Yeah. And he's standing at the end of this kind of destroyed airlock, staring into space, and his cape is billowing dramatically.
Is this going to be something that you have a problem with?
No, I don't have a problem with it. I love it because his cape shouldn't be billowing. There is no wind in space.
Well, there might be if there's air coming up from behind him, but that would be billowing forward.
Or Darth Vader is using the Force to billow his own cape because he is a dramatic piece of shit. Like,
you're right, he fucking is. Although it also might be that in the galaxy where Star Wars takes place, there is for some reason air particles everywhere, because it would actually explain a lot of what happens in space there.
It's the Force, Tony. It's just the Force.
You're right, it's probably just the Force, if you think about it.
I really liked this movie. I think that people need to realize that it's not a Star Wars movie. It's a movie that is in the Star Wars universe.
Man, we really went all spoilery on this episode.
Yeah,
Thank you for listening to Direct-to-Video VHS DVD Extras. I have been your host, Tony Robusto.
I have been your host, Andy Luke, I am your daddy, Reyes.
Oh! Literally, I can't stop myself from doing it anymore. But come on, man.
I was going to say, do not choke, but then I couldn't remember what the third word was. I was like, it's not ambitions. Shit, hurry, come up with something else. Aspirations. But... Oh, man, I'm sorry. Just get it out of your system.
Jesus. Okay.
You good?
I am so sorry. That was not the reaction I expected or wanted.
Oh, man. As always, you can find us at direct2.video. You can find me on Twitter at royalty_Valens. The underscore is important.
And, jeez. And you can find me on Twitter at TheaterBets with an ER. And, while you are on the internet, anywhere on the internet, doesn't matter where, you can leave us a 5-star rating and review. Just, type that into Google. Leave us a 5-star rating and review, and presumably something will come up. That's how the internet works.
Yeah, iTunes, Google Play, we don't care, just give us that review.
The Google Play actually had a weird problem where it was still playing from our SoundCloud one, which only had 2 episodes on it. But I fixed it. It just took a while.
That's good.
Oh, and all those links are actually on Direct-to-Video now. If you want to go over there and just click them, you can do that.
There you go.
Yeah, that's right. Synergy.
Yeah, for the first time ever, I would like to thank Lee Rosevere for the theme from Penguins on Parade off of Music for Podcast 3.
Sure. Lee Rosevere is a dude. I just looked this up. Male. Uses masculine pronouns. It is a nice theme song, and you can fucking read about that in the description if you're so up on it.
If you're so inclined, yeah.
Yeah. What are you doing?
But,
I'll tell you what I'm doing. I am the ghost of John Smith.
Oh, goddamn.
Perfect!